Okay, my name is Paco, I'm from Alcoy, and I work as a physical education teacher in a public school of Shishona. So now in that activity I'm going to explain the two activities that I have prepared for that session. Well, the first activity that I want to explain, I formed four groups and I put the students in the card and what each teams in the four corners of the card. And in the middle of the card there are different flashcards and upside down, okay, because the students couldn't or can't see these flashcards. Okay, in that flashcards there are different body parts. I mean, I have feet or face or legs or fingers, nose, and so on. There are a lot of body parts. Well, there are just three flashcards of each group of nose or legs or whatever. Well, when I first of all I tell the name, I say the name of the body parts that I want the students have to find that flashcard. For instance, if I say you have to find nose, so when I whistle, all the first students of different queues, they have to go to the center of the card and they have to find that flashcard. In that case, is nose. So as just there are three, always there will be one team that they won't get that flashcard. So the team who don't get that flashcards, so they will have negative points. At the end of the activity, the teams who get least points, so they win. Well, this is the first activity. Well, I'm going to explain now the second activity. The second activity is related to that activity. Well, continue the same group for groups or for teams, and I have different flashcards as well. But in that case, the flashcards are showing different actions that the students have to do. Well, in that case, for instance, I have small steps, walking, pencil jumps, skippings. Okay, there are 10 different actions. So first of all, I put one flashcard inside an envelope. So as there are 4 teams, I put 4 different envelopes of the different colors. I mean, for the team number 1, blue envelopes. For number 2, red envelopes, and so on. Okay, because there are 4 teams. So when I whistle, all the team or all the group, they have to find the envelopes, but the envelope number 1 they have to find, and they open the envelope, read the flashcards, for instance, pencil jump, and they have to do that actions. Okay, so if they have any problems to the action because they don't understand, it doesn't matter. They can ask me. So when they do the actions, they have to find the envelope number 2, and number 3, number 4, and so on, until they finish the actions. At the end, the team who get or who finish the 10 envelopes the first, so they win. Well, and these are my 2 activities, and I'm going to explain something about that activities. For instance, the purpose of activities. Well, in both activities, the purpose is the same. I mean, in the first case, and there are body parts. So this is very, very important because they have to do every day in all the sessions. They have to do the warm-up. So every day, one student, who else, she or he has to do the warm-up. So it's necessary, it's compulsory that they know all the body parts. So, for instance, when someone is doing the warm-up, for instance, you have to go forward the right arm. So they have to know that part. Or for instance, leg. Now get around your leg. They have to know. It's quite important. And the second activity is the same structure because there are sometimes when they are doing the warm-up, for instance, skipping. Okay, now let's go to do skippings, and they have to know what's the meaning of skipping or start jumps or so on. Well, the structure of the activities are the same for both activities. In that case, the structure is the same. I explain the activity in Spanish because the level in the school where I'm working is soft, clear. So I prefer explain the activity in Spanish, and after that they can play, but in English. Okay. So and the second one is the same. Well, regarding the assessment, well, both activities are included, as I said before, in the same didactic unit of corporal expression. So it's quite important. So there are, I don't know if there are 5, 6, or 7 sessions. So at the end, I put all the students in the middle of the gym, and I say, okay, you have to put. You have to put your leg, for instance, inside the circle. So I see that all the students put their legs inside the circle. Or for instance, you have to put your face into the circle. So the students have to put the face into the, and I control that every student now the body parts. And in the second one is in the same session I can control that the students know the actions. For instance, well, you are inside the circle, so you have to do skipping. So I see if all the students know what was the meaning of skipping, or the start jumps, or hopping, or leaping, and so on. This is the way as I control all the assessment criteria. And finally, I would like to talk about the students' characteristics. Well, as I said before, in the public school where I'm working, I use a soft clean because there are a lot of unstructured families, and separated families, and a lot of immigrants. So sometimes English is quite difficult. Is quite difficult for them, no, for these people. So normally, if it's complicated activity, like in that case, for instance, so I prefer explain the activity in Spanish or in Valencian or whatever, and after that, they have to do, for instance, these activities in English, and it's necessary that they know or they understand that this vocabulary, because it's quite important, because as I said before, both activities are related above all with the warm-up, because there are some body parts that they have to know, because that these activities are prepared for third course, so they are learning new vocabulary, and it's quite important. So finally, I have to adapt these activities to the students. Okay, so these are both activities that I have prepared, and I think that is quite important and quite interesting. Okay, so that's all, and thank you very much for listening to me, and see you.